A conservative journalist, okay, has been arrested over memes. You heard that right. A conservative journalist has been arrested over memes. And we all thought, right? Hey, lefties, right? Oh, we're all on the left. Refuse fascism and BLM and Antifa. Oh, Donald Trump is a fascist. Oh, my goodness. He has the SS when he sends out the DHS in Portland, his stormtroopers, Nancy Pelosi says. I'm seeing more fascism come from the Biden administration. And now we have journalists getting arrested over memes. Tucker Carlson talked about this in great detail. He had a great segment on his show the other night. So I'm going to play this clip from Tucker, and then I'll break down an article for you guys detailing what's going on. Let's take a look.
Well, it looks like this is the part of the revolution where they start throwing their political opponents in jail. Wow, that was fast. It was just a week ago they were telling us about unity. Remember that? What we didn't know at the time is they meant that everyone with power should unite against the rest of the country. Unity meant oligarchy. Oh. Doug Mackey learned that the hard way this morning. Mackey is a 31-year-old conservative journalist from Florida. At 7 a.m., FBI agents showed up at Mackey's house. They threw him in handcuffs and they dragged him to a cell. He now faces 10 years in prison. His crime? He made fun of powerful Democrats on social media. As the federal criminal complaint puts it, quote, Mackey made coordinated use of social media to spread disinformation relevant to the impending 2016 presidential election. This disinformation, the Biden administration solemnly explained, quote, often took the form of memes. Yes, memes. Online mockery. Mockery online is now illegal when it's aimed at the wrong people. Doug Mackey hurt their feelings, so they put him in jail. According to Joe Biden's Justice Department, Doug Mackey violated 18 U.S. Code Section 241. He did this by tricking people, like the dastardly trickster that he is, into not voting in the presidential election. What's interesting is that prosecutors showed no evidence whatsoever that Doug Mackey actually tricked anyone into anything, not a single person. But that doesn't matter, shrieks CNN. Doug Mackey is a bad person with bad views. And by the way, we have no idea what Doug Mackey's views are. We don't care. What CNN is telling us is that those views are a crime. He's a criminal. Lock him up. Give him a longer sentence than we give to rapists. As of tonight, that is the official position of the Lynch Mob channel. But hold on a minute, as a legal matter. Have you ever read 18 U.S. Code Section 241? Probably not, but you should. Look it up. When you read it, you will learn that Joe Biden's Justice Department is lying in a very obvious way, and that should make you very nervous. It turns out that federal law does not ban memes, or for that matter, misinformation, whatever that is. The law that Biden's prosecutors are citing instead prohibits, quote, conspiring to injure, oppress, threaten, or intimidate anyone from exercising the right to vote. According to the law, that would include kidnapping voters, invading their homes, sexually abusing them. Doug Mackey didn't do any of that, not even close to any of that. Doug Mackey made memes. Therefore, he's a domestic terrorist. Speech is violence, dissent is a felony. What, you may be wondering, does a case like this mean for the First Amendment? Well, it means that it's effectively suspended. You can now be arrested for saying the wrong things. And at 7 a.m. this morning, one journalist actually was arrested for that. Almost no one tonight seems to be defending him. He had bad thoughts. He deserves it. They think it's okay. And that shouldn't surprise you, because we're clearly living under some form of martial law at the moment.
Talk about real fascism. Now, I know this isn't a laughing matter. I'm not laughing at what Tucker is saying. I'm just laughing at the way Tucker says it, because his sarcasm is freaking hilarious. But it's a very serious issue, okay? Because now we have journalists getting arrested over freaking memes. This is the FBI. This is the FBI citing criminal code to a journalist that actually has to do with threatening people or oppressing people. When this guy just made some memes and sent some misleading things, but now all of a sudden he's a dangerous terrorist. Now all of a sudden he's a threat to the state. Now all of a sudden, keyword, threat to the state. Well, let's get this article up. TatumReport.com. You guys can go check this out later. If you have it bookmarked, as you should, TatumReport.com, one of the top stories of the hour. Unity, conservative journo arrested over memes, faces up to 10 years in prison. Doug Mackey was indicted Wednesday by the feds for using the social media platform to spread election disinformation to Hillary Clinton voters in 2016. Ricky Vaughn, a.k.a. Douglas Mackey, a pro-Trump meme maker and Twitter troll, used Twitter to post memes and troll Hillary Clinton during the 2016 presidential election. 31-year-old Mackey was arrested in West Palm Beach on one charge of conspiracy against rights and faces up to 10 years in prison. According to the unsealed indictment, Mackey conspired with others on Twitter to encourage black people to cast their votes via text message. Oh, wow. That's definitely threatening and oppressing people. Tucker Carlson and Mark Stein discussed the case on FNC's Tucker Carlson Tonight. Played you guys some of those clips. The Eastern District of New York said in its indictment that 1 week before the 2016 election, Mackey tweeted an image of a black woman in front of an African Americans for President Hillary sign. The Gateway Pundit reports, emblazoned on the picture was the message, avoid the line, vote from home, text Hillary to 5, I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. Vote for Hillary and be a part of history. According to the complaint, more than 4,900 people cast their vote via text message. BuzzFeed News said they sent a text message to the number of Hillary Clinton's campaign, actually responded and redirected people to the proper channels. So how many people just sent a text message out of curiosity and didn't actually fall for the meme? This is what BuzzFeed sent out to people, correcting the record. But apparently this is like threatening and oppressing voters, according to the FBI. This is worth 10 years in prison, I guess. The most chilling part of the indictment is the criminalization of normal political speech and banter. So check this out. Starting in at least 2015, this is part of the indictment. This is an official law enforcement statement. Starting in at least 2015, Mackey participated in numerous group DMs. You know, I'm going to read this and like watch. Okay, let's read this like this. Okay, this is so scary and worth 10 years in federal prison. Starting in at least 2015, Mackey participated in numerous group DMs. These groups, which at times included dozens of individuals and at times had overlapping membership, served as forums for the participants to share, among other things, their views concerning how best to influence the election, among other things. Mackey and the members of these groups used the group DMs to create, refine, and share memes and hashtags that members of the groups would subsequently post and distribute. Oh, scary. Let's continue. An example of the criminal behavior describes Mackey and his friends on Twitter joking around in private groups about trolling ish-libs with memes. Let's continue. For example, on or about December 22nd, 2015, Mackey and his associates exchanged messages in the Fed-free hate chat relating to memes, suggesting that certain voters were hiding their desire to vote for a presidential candidate from on one of the two main political parties. Candidate 2, Mackey stated using Mackey Account 1, "It's actually a great meme to spread. Make all these ish-libs think their sick friends are secretly voting for candidate 2. A participant in the group conversations, a Twitter user, described it as a perfect psyops, to which Mackey later replied, "We've hit upon meme magic motherlode." The FBI, bro. This is their indictment. The next day, Mackey used Mackey Account 1 to retweet a tweet that contained one of the discussed memes with the following text: "If you need support, I am here for you. Hashtag candidate 2. That's worth 10 years, I guess. The feds are criminalizing political speech in order to lock up Trump supporters. Even worse, nobody who unleashed the might of the U.S. government to illegally spy on Trump's 2016 campaign has gone to jail. That's so true. That's so true. Yes. Let's pull out of this. Dude, so apparently meme makers that are being trolls on the internet, that are being deceptive, are like federal prisoners that deserve more than 10 years in a federal prison. Meme makers. The FBI is writing up indictments, affidavits. Like, oh, they posted this in this meme chat in their DMs. They posted this in their DMs. They posted this meme in their DMs. They posted that meme, and they're just talking. So the FBI is going after speech that they disagree with, and they're going to slam someone in jail for over 10 years just because they're making memes that offend people or might mislead people? Like I said, are we communist China? Who are we? Who are we? And don't you find it interesting how all of a sudden they want to call for unity, they want to call for peace, but all of a sudden now the federal government is being mobilized to go after meme makers that are pro-Trump supporters that have scary speech in their DMs that's worth more than 10 years in prison. Yeah, that's definitely unity, Joe. That's definitely going to unify the country. That's definitely going to make a lot of Trump supporters feel safe about talking about politics in their DMs on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, because now the FBI has opened up a can of worms and let the world know that they're looking into your DMs. They're looking into your group chats. They're monitoring your political speech. Like I said, who are the real fascists? Who are the real fascists? This is not unity. This is fascism. Arresting journalists over memes? How has this become a thing? And, I wanted to say this too. Is like, don't you guys find it interesting? Since the death of George Floyd, right? And even before, Black Lives Matter, all these radical socialist, leftists, Marxists, communists, Antifa, anarchists, the radical left, the Hollywood elite, celebrities, sports stars, everyone. The whole message, defund the police, defund the police, defund the police, defund the police, getting behind Black Lives Matter, attacking police, not even reform the police, defund the police, defund the police. We hate cops, right? It's all we've been hearing. Don't you find it interesting now that Biden is in office? The federal government, the FBI, gets absolutely activated, and especially everything that happened after January 6th. All of these leftists, all of these left-leaning journals are all of a sudden PIs, taking screenshots, reporting people to the FBI. Now all of a sudden, all these leftists that have been preaching defund the police with Black Lives Matter since the death of George Floyd are now all of a sudden working alongside the FBI, hand in hand, completely crapping on everything Black Lives Matter has been preaching since the death of George Floyd. You know what that tells me? That all you journos out there are hypocrites and liars, and you don't give a damn about Black Lives Matter. Because now all of a sudden, Democrats are activating the FBI. Nancy Pelosi, all these left-leaning journos all over Twitter are taking screenshots of Trump supporters. They're trying to get people indicted. They're working hand in hand with the FBI. All of a sudden, private investigators. What happened to defunding the police? The FBI is law enforcement. You don't care about Black Lives Matter. You just crap on their message because all you care about is you getting clout. That's interesting and it's funny because it's hilarious because now Black Lives Matter, no one's talking to them. Nobody's listening to the black community on the left because now everyone's pro FBI because now they want to activate the FBI to go after Trump supporters. And all of the leftists on Twitter are getting right behind it, working hand in hand with the FBI. All of a sudden, they're pro-law enforcement and they just leave Black Lives Matter and their agenda and their message in the damn gutter. Hypocrites, liars, fakes, and frauds.